Hello students, today in this video we will discuss the next chapter of class 8, that is using formula and functions in a spreadsheet. Okay, so first of all you should know the meaning of a spreadsheet. What is a spreadsheet? So actually a spreadsheet is, in other words, it is called MS Word, MS Excel, means Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel is also called a spreadsheet. Why it is called a spreadsheet? Because a amount of sheets in Excel, so that we can do different types of calculation work and maintain the data account. So let us see a view of MS Excel. This is the view of MS Excel. First screen, when the MS Excel will open, it will look like this. Here is the menu bar. This is called menu option ribbon, menu ribbon it is called, and below it here are small boxes. There are many small boxes in the complete sheet. This complete is called sheet, and in the sheet you are looking for A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H and so on. You will get many names. These are called columns. This complete A, this complete A is called column name. This complete B, this is called column. This is column C, this is column D, column E, column F, column G and so on. And the next is, here is 1, the complete, this is called row number 1, row number 2, row number 3, row number 4. Let us make a little bit more zoom so that it may be clear for you. Row number 5, row number 6, row number 7, 8 and so on infinite. Maximum, I think the maximum number of row in MS Excel is 65,535. Okay, now let us look about this box. What type of box? This box, this is a box. Let us change the color so that it may be more clear for you. Okay, here is red color. So this is a box, this is another box, this is another box. You are looking different types of boxes. So what these boxes are called exactly? Actually these boxes are called cells. This box is called one cell. This box is called another cell. This box is called third cell, fourth cell, fifth cell and so on. You will get different cells in MS Excel. Actually what happens here, in Excel we can enter data. Suppose here is 10. After moving the cursor using arrow button or using mouse, this is 20. We can enter here the data. Suppose 20. In the next cell we have entered 30. In next cell we have entered 40. But exactly how can we represent any particular cell? How can we say that this is third or fourth cell? This is not possible. Third may be this cell, or this may also be the third cell. So we have to give a particular name to each and every cell. That is called cell reference. That is called cell reference. The unique name given to each cell is called cell reference. And if you need to define what is cell, so actually cell is the intersection of rows and columns. Suppose if you have to talk about this cell, it means this is the intersection of this column C and row number 3. So this is the intersection of column and row. In this way, if you have to talk about What is this cell? This is also the intersection of column F and row 8. It means we can define the cell as the cell is the a cell is the intersection of rows and columns. And if we need to define what is cell reference, so cell reference is the unique name given to each cell. But here comes a question that how can we give the unique name? Actually, the name in for each cell is given using the column name followed by the row name. Suppose if we are talking about this cell, suppose this cell, this is column number 1 and row number 1. Just look over the mouse. Column number A and row number 1. So we can define this cell as A1. This will be called A1. If we need to define if we need to give the unique name to this cell, then how can we give? First of all, we have to give the column name and then row name. Suppose if we have to give the name of this cell, what will be the name of this cell? Column name. First give the column name and then row name, and row number is 6. Never write 60, it will be D6. This is called cell reference. Okay. Now we can define the cell reference as it is a unique name given to each cell which is written as a column name followed by the row name. Now here comes a lot of range. That suppose here is 10, here is 20, here is 30, it is 40, and if we have to talk about all the cells from this cell, its cell reference is A1, it is B1, C1 and D1. So if we have to talk about all the cells from A1 to D1, how can we say? We will have to write separately, but here is the rule in Excel that we can represent all the cells from A1 to D1 in a single name, and that is called A1 equal to A1 colon D1. Look here, as I have written here A1 colon D1, here all the cells from A1 to D1 has been selected. Suppose if I change it to B1, then only 2 cells have been selected. Clear? So this is called cell reference, cell range. This is called cell range, it is called cell range. Okay. Okay, now cell range, if you have to define cell range, then how can you define that? Cell range is the range of cells from starting cells to the ending cells. Okay, so in this chapter you will know about that what is cell reference and what is cell range. In this way, here is some example. This is the page of your book. Here is the example that A is to A refers to all the cells in column A. It means, suppose if we talk about equal to A is to A, it means all the cells in column A. If we talk about A colon B, then it means it will give the range all the cells from column A and column B. Okay, suppose A is to D, then it will select all the cells belonging to column A and column D from top to bottom. Clear? So this is the cell range. Now A colon D, I let you see. 1 is to 1. Suppose if you write here 1 is to 1, equal to 1 is to 1, it means it will select all the cells of row number 1. Suppose if you write 1 is to 5, then it will select all the cells from row number 1 to row number 5. So be careful while listening all these points. In this way, if A1 to A5, suppose if you have to write A1 colon A5, you can represent in a small and in capital both. It's not compulsory that cell reference must be represented in the capital letter. You can also represent it in a small letter. So this time I am writing A1 is to A5. A1 is to A5 means starting from A1 cell, starting from cell number A1 to A5, it will select all the cells. So this is called cell range. Now actually, before proceeding further, I would like to revise some basic concepts of Excel, that how the formulas are implemented. So suppose here are the marks of 10 student. Suppose 10, 20. No. First, if we have to write roll number of 10 students, here is roll number 1, 2, 3, and in this way, if we have to write roll number of 60, it will be hectic work. So exactly how can we do this? Let us look the process. Be careful. First of all, select the first two cells. Write the data in first two cells. Let's remove it. Write the data in first two cells, and then look the size of cursor. This time the size of cursor is a little thick. Now move the cursor to the right bottom corner of the selected point. Here the cursor becomes thinner. The cursor becomes thinner. Here the cursor is thick. Here the cursor is thick. You have to move the cursor at the point where cursor becomes thinner. Now after pressing the mouse, let's drag the cursor. कर्सर को माउस को प्रेस करते हुए कर्सर को खींचो जहां तक ले जाना है वहां तक खींचो. Now you will get the sequence automatically. Let's start once more. First of all, whatever is the sequence you have to maintain, write the sequence in first two cells. Suppose we have to maintain the sequence 1, 2, 3, 4 means increment by 1. So here first of all, in the two boxes, in the two cells, write the required sequence 1, 2. That's it. Nothing do more. Now select the two cells by pressing the control button and clicking the mouse. The two cells have been selected. Now move the cursor to the bottom right corner and pressing the mouse left button, drag the mouse up to the point where you need. Now here is one more thing. Suppose I am going to write here Ravi, name of the students Mohan, Syam, Tanya, Mahi, Anuj, Azad, Rohan, Sohan, Amit. Let's take the students. Okay, now we have to assign marks of three different subjects: 10, 20, 30, 40. Exactly what to do if we have to maintain this sequence. Let's revise once again. Do this and go to the last drag. Okay, now in this cell I am going to assign 11, 20, 11, 22. Select the two and then drag the mouse. So 100 marks is not possible. Just I am assigning 98, 97. Okay, and here is 12, 23. Assign some marks in for all the students. Okay, now we have to find the total in this column. How to assign the total, and we are not getting exactly in which column we have written what type of values. So how to insert one more column? So just right click on the first column and the first row. Here right click on the first row, right click and get insert. You will get one more row above. Here I am writing roll number, your name, your physics marks, chemistry marks, maths marks, and in this we have to get the total. So how to get the total? Exactly, you have to write here. Here you have to get the total of these three cells. These three cells. You have to get the total of physics, chemistry, math. So first of all, let us identify the cell number of 10, and the cell reference of 10 is C2. Here is column number C and row number 2, C2. Cell reference of this 11 chemistry marks is D2, and cell reference of this marks is E2. So what you have to do, instead of writing 10 plus 11 plus 12, just assign the cell reference like C2 plus D2 and plus E2 and press enter. You will get the total. Once again I am repeating the formula. Equal to, what you have to do, write the cell reference of all those columns for which you have to find the sum. So here I am writing C2 for 10 plus, and you will see that as I write here the cell number, the cell is being selected, C2 plus D2 plus E2. E2 have been selected, and press enter button. You will get the sum, and then drag this. This formula will be implemented for each row. Okay, this is one method. You will write the formula to find the sum in your notebook and do practice at your home. Now the next is, we can also get the sum in another way, but that formula will be implemented later. In this chapter I will let you know that how to find the sum using the formula. Now if we have to find the average, so we'll write equal to, what is actually average? What is the definition of average in mathematics? That is equal to total divided by number of values, sum of values divided by number of values. So this time we have already calculated the sum of values, that is 33, and it is assigned in F2. It is assigned in F2. So here exactly F2, and this is the sign of divide, and total number of items is 3. So just write here 3. You will get the average, and you can drag the cell for the implementation in the rest of the rows, and this is exactly the result. Clear? So in this way we can do simple and different types of calculations in MS Excel. So these are the basic concepts which are very necessary before starting the further topics of Excel, and in the next video we'll discuss the most important topics related to this chapter, that are the different types of references. And so first of all you will do practice at your home, and you will watch this video very carefully. Okay, and then in the next video we'll discuss a little bit more. Okay, thank you.